Hello everyone. With the wind whistling through the rafters and the rain hammering off the window, it's a good day to be in the bothy with the fire roaring and talk a little rebellion with the last Jacobite. Let me start off by thanking everyone out there who has sent me messages of support and wondering why I haven't done a video for a few days. I've lost my job. It's as simple as that. I've been made redundant, and you'll understand that I have to search for jobs. I have to do that. Nothing's happened on that front so far, so we just keep plugging away. I'd also just like to say up front, people send me information all the time. They contact me and they ask, are you aware of this story? Are you aware of that story? Have you seen this? Do you want this information? And folks, I'm always interested to hear. But if I'm going to relate something, if I'm going to broadcast it, then I need evidence to back it up. Now, I think most reasonable people can understand that I can't just come on here and say, boom, without any evidence to back it up. So I apologise to anyone who is offended by that fact. It's just the way it is. If I don't broadcast what you've sent me, it's because I don't have the evidence to back it up. Now, having said that, I also want to make clear that I am not on here just to bash the SNP. That's not what this is all about. Anybody who watches these videos, who goes to the Facebook page, I think it's more than obvious that I am all about Scottish independence. That's all I want. That's all I desire for the people of Scotland, is that they might have the right, as any other country, to decide their own affairs. And if the people of Scotland want the SNP to do that, that's fine with me. But after independence, after. For the moment, we need to focus on freedom. It's as simple as that. So, for the folks that send me political stuff, and everything's politics, I know, but listen, I'm aware of agendas, okay? So if you're a Labour candidate and you're wanting to do down an SNP candidate, I'm not going to broadcast that. I'm not going to do it. I'm not there to help one group of politicians against another group of politicians. I don't care about politicians. You're all liars. All of you. I hope that's clear. So, having said that, there are a few things that I would just like to raise, and these things are all either in the public domain, or in the case of Scottish Water, I'll be leaving links in the comment section. Sorry, the description section. So, let's get on to that. A couple of weeks ago, I was sent documents and evidence pertaining to the fact that during, just prior to, the referendum, so prior, before the referendum, whilst we were fighting the referendum, Alex Salmond and Nicola Sturgeon were doing deals with David Cameron to privatise Scottish Water. Now, when you dig into it, it's spun as they were just making us part of the UK market. Well, okay. But if you're fighting for your country's independence from an imperial master in London, why do deals with that master in London? about privatisation of Scottish water. Because the fact is that now Scottish water is owned by English firms. Curious, wouldn't you say, to say the least. If you're going to fight for Scottish independence, why hand one of Scotland's greatest assets over to the imperial masters whilst you're doing it? Why do it? Start Googling, start doing research. Google fresh water and freshwater reserves. All around the world, there's a real problem with fresh water. But in Scotland, well, on days like today, we have an ample supply. In a very short period of time, water is going to be worth more than oil. Fresh, clean drinking water. And what does the SNP leadership do? It hands control of that water straight over to English firms. Something's just not right there. And then another thing that's there can be found out easy enough, provably. The SNP are trying to take control of schools out of council control. Why? Why? If it ain't broken, don't try and fix it. And if it is broken, explain it clearly. Don't try and do it by the back door. That's dirty politics. And on dirty politics, let's just have a think as well. If I came on here and told you that a Tory MP was earning extra money by running a business, there'd be outrage and you'd be all over Facebook shouting, oh, it's not right, he should be charged, that should happen. And yet, when the SNP do it, oh, it's spun, isn't it? It's spun. It's spun into a good story. Oh, they were only helping out a hospital that needed help. They're only making sure operations went ahead. Aye, maybe. So why employ your wife to run your office on a salary of £20,000? Where I come from, that's called nepotism. And it should be anathema to any free-thinking man or woman. Don't tell me it's the way of the world. I know it's the way of the world, but it's wrong. And that's where we need to start. Many SNP folk have been coming to my page and my channel. And I want to say, because it's true, that the vast majority of SNP supporters out there are true-hearted Scots who want independence. No doubt about that. No doubt about it. You're going about it the wrong way. By continuing to hand power solely and only to the party executive, then you're robbing Scotland. We've had folks come out and say that they're MPs, MSPs say they're quite happy if independence isn't in the next manifesto. Are you listening to that stuff? Are you? So we'll see, because the much vaunted manifesto still isn't out. But when it does, let's have a look at the fine print. Let's see Let's see if independence is mentioned. And more importantly, let's see the context. So, I'm going to give you a couple of things that you can do. The first is support the indie camp folk. Support their legal attempts to assert Scottish sovereignty and the sovereignty of the individual Scottish people. I'll do more updates about this as we get closer, but turn out in May to support them on the National Day of Scottish Sovereign Declaration. And here's another one. The only thing Nicola Sturgeon has constantly said about another referendum is if the UK votes to leave the EU, then that would trigger a Scottish referendum. Well, personally, I don't think the EU is all it's cracked up to be. I think it's a tyrannical dictatorship in many ways. And with the economy flatlining, well, maybe it's not the worst thing in the world not to be in the EU. But here, if voting to leave the EU is what would trigger another real referendum or move towards Scottish independence, then why don't we? Why don't we do exactly that? You see, it's coming down to the line, and the line is very simple. Don't expect any politician of any colour or any party, including this SNP, to get you independence. If you want independence, there's only one way to achieve it. You have to demand it. And when enough people in Scotland start to demand independence, then maybe we'll get somewhere. Until then, I'm not interested in political parties. You're all corrupt. In a post-independent Scotland, I'll get involved then. But for now, shout from every rooftop that the only thing that we want from any political party, from any government, is our freedom and our independence. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, like and share the video, and find me on Facebook. This is Last Jacobite. Sor Alba Gubrath.